A modern dictionary defines a Stoic as someone who endures pain without showing any emotion. We picture a person who pushes down their grief, isolates themselves, and tightens their jaw to grind through hardship in total silence. Living in an era of high anxiety and constant burnout, we are often presented with a false choice. We either endlessly vent our feelings, or we bottle them up entirely. This strategy of suppression frequently cracks under pressure. When we face circumstances entirely outside our control, like an economic downturn or a chronic illness, trying to ignore our emotions only leaves us feeling more helpless. This stiff upper lip version of life makes us more fragile. It is a modern myth that replaces actual resilience with a state of perpetual tension. The ancient creators of Stoicism, historical figures like Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius, built a framework that popular culture has largely abandoned. These thinkers were not teaching emotional numbness. They were pursuing Eudaimonia, a state of human flourishing achieved through reason and virtue. They developed the psychological tools required to maintain a resilient, ethical life in an unpredictable world. Stoic practice centers on Epictetus's rule: separate everything into what is up to you and what is not. Wealth, reputation, the economy, and others' actions fall into the not up to us category. Your absolute control remains only over judgments, intentions, and deliberate actions. This distinction is a strategy for radical redirection. It tells us to stop pouring mental energy into unpredictable external outcomes and focus entirely on the sphere of our own agency. Anchoring your self-worth to your own actions makes your psychological well-being less dependent on the shifting fortunes of the external world. This ancient method of examining thoughts is the direct ancestor of modern cognitive behavioral therapy. External events do not cause our emotional distress. Instead, distress is triggered by our judgments. Stoics learn to intercept these initial impressions. By examining a judgment first, they prevented stressful events from spiraling into destructive emotions. Emperor Marcus Aurelius used private journals for this exact purpose, systematically challenging his own interpretations of the conflicts and frustrations he faced as a leader. The ancient goal was emotional regulation, achieved through accurate evaluation. They sought a mind free from the destructive reactions produced by mistaken beliefs. Modern interpretations often frame Stoicism as a tool for isolated, lone wolf productivity, but the philosophy is actually built on 4 social virtues: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Because justice is a central pillar of the philosophy, the Stoics viewed humans as social creatures. This makes their framework inherently pro-social. Modern sociological research supports this ancient claim, demonstrating that human resilience relies heavily on relationships and mutual assistance. Genuine resilience requires us to maintain empathy, accept help, and recognize our interdependence within a community. Researchers are putting these propositions to the test. Empirical studies find strong associations with authentic Stoic attitudes and measurable improvements in mental health. People who endorse these attitudes exhibit measurably higher levels of resilience and emotional regulation, along with lower levels of chronic worry. This level of stability is built through daily practice. Stoic exercises like negative visualization, contemplating potential setbacks in advance, help build a state of psychological preparedness. This preparation ensures that when everyday stressors occur, our capacity for reason and compassion remains intact under the pressure. Stoic resilience is the ongoing practice of maintaining your capacity for reason, virtue, and compassion regardless of changing circumstances.